fighters with the exact same dimensions. 6 feet tall, 165 pounds. Bout brought to you by Steny Health and High Performance, Global Steel, RJ Fight Gear, The Shooting Edge, PS Graphics, United Communities, Caldwell Banker Commercial, Team Smanich Muay Thai. Our 9th bout out of 10 bouts tonight. One more remaining after this, a professional women's bout. We'll see the return of Jessica Gladstone to the ring, taking on Tiffany Cass out of Krudar in Toronto. Kebba Marenah electing just to seal the ring here. We'll see probably a full Ramoy from Derek Jolivette, or we are seeing a full Ramoy from him. Jolivette with 33 fights to Marenah's 12 fights. So again, a little bit of a lopsided fight record.
A little bit.
Marenah comes with a pretty good pedigree though, and a pretty impressive background. So we saw that earlier. Hillary Herman, only 4 fights, took on a fighter with a lot more bouts to her name and managed to put the hurt on her and win that fight. Yeah, Caressa Kibler out of Florida there with 30 fights, losing to Hillary Herman with only 4. So really, on any given night, anybody can beat anybody else, in my opinion. So we'll see how it goes. So far, matchmaking here, Journey Fight Series 13 has provided some very interesting fights. All of them going the distance, with the exception of the fight between Isa Karagatanis and Kelsey Andrews, ended with a stoppage.
And the thing is, too, it's not always the fights in the ring. You see a lot of North American fighters take on ties with 200 some odd fights with only 30 fights. There is a difference in the way it's done. Sometimes there's a lot more gym wars when you come over to North America. So here's the thing, he might have a little bit less on his record, but he might have just as many gym wars. And so though it's not, doesn't help him with some of the elements of the ring itself and the live show, he's still been in battles himself, so it's always hard to tell.
Yeah, very good comment. That's well noted. Well, fighters ready for action. Going to get referee Lyle Cheney here stepping in. Going to get the final check at everybody's gear, make sure they're all ready to go. Everything's where it's supposed to be. Don't know too much about Kebba Marenah, but I suspect he'll be a very explosive type fighter. I know Jolivette is.
Gentlemen, 5 rounds full Muay Thai. You know the rules. Obey my commands at all times. Touch gloves, and good luck.
All right, here we go. First of 5 rounds of 2 minutes. Just touch gloves. That usually doesn't waste any time. He usually gets right after it.
No, he definitely has a more mobile sort of stance. Not quite as traditional Muay Thai.
Marenah looking very patient, just wait for big loopy punches there.
Some clinch.
Very good.
Nothing quite yet.
Don't wait for him, Derek. Don't wait for him. Oh, hey, there you go. Nice. And finish with the leg.
Oh, fighter slipping down there. Jolivette with a good combination prior to that, but sinking them all into the block of Marenah.
7. There you go. Nice. And leg, and leg. There.
Marenah a little flashy, spinning around pretty quick.
That dynamic attitude you were referring to earlier.
Box.
Nice cross. Again, knee a little bit too late. Would have been nice to see that thrown a little bit farther out.
So far, Jolivette very active. He's moving around a lot, changing his position. Marenah just kind of content just to wait for him.
This is the first round. He's not taking a lot of damage. He's not scoring any points either, but at the same time, in a 5-round fight, he has time.
Nice elbows. Good. On the center, Dick. You're in the middle. You're in the middle. There you go. 1-4, nice. Again. 1-4, 1-4A, 1-4A.
Little jumping teep.
Marenah charging in, putting his head down, charging in there, looking into the clinch. A couple good shots, good Ds into that clinch. End of the first round.
Jolivette has definitely established himself as sort of a little bit stronger in the clinch at this point in my mind.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
We'll see if he goes back there.
We're just going to see how it plays. And I mean, I'm not exactly sure where Port Orange, Florida is, but I know it's a lot closer to sea level than Calgary, Alberta is. So you hear some of the fighters complain about
That's
coming
true.
here, right?
Marenah, you can always tell when someone's not quite comfortable in clinch when you see them trying to go for body shots when they're all locked up. That's usually one of the first signs you look for when someone's not quite as versed with clinch as they could be.
Yeah, I mean, you can't score any power in a body shot while you're being clinched.
And at this level, what you're doing is you're actually dropping your hand and your shoulder for that side of the elbow to come and hit you.
Right, you're really opening yourself up.
Yeah.
Okay, start right now. Let's go. Answer that.
Derek definitely looking for that clinch. Stepping right in.
Push away an elbow. Push away an elbow.
Yeah, perhaps you noted after the first round, Marenah's not super comfortable.
No.
Push away an elbow.
A little bit of spiking elbow by Marenah.
See Crew Chris Bondi and
That was very
Derek
sportsmanlike of him.
Start with the jab. Stay moving in. Box. 1-2B. Jab. Right. Yeah.
just missed on that second kick. So we've seen that twice now, so that's a little bit of his...
Jab to kick by Derek, countered by Marenah.
1-2B.
Again. Marenah's got to get a little more busy.
Yeah, he's kind of just standing and watching. He's not blocking. He's not moving too much. So.
All that's going to do is just make Derek more confident to throw some more shots, put power behind his shots. And just kind of further that sort of situation.
Make the leg, 1-4. Don't wait. Start with the jab. Let's go. Finish it.
Single shots by
Higher,
Marenah.
higher.
Deep attempt, but
Yeah, I did
Little
make the
high.
comment earlier about the altitude, because the reason, I mean, Marenah looks like he's a little tired. It could be the travel, I'm not sure.
he's still standing strong, which you don't really expect someone in clinch to do when they're that tired, but we'll see what he looks like when he breaks off from this. But Derek definitely have his way in clinch. Nice knee, left knee.
2 more. Points.
Needs to move his hips away a little bit more. He has the time, he has the power to do it. They'd like to see him step back, get those hips out,
Yeah,
deliver a
he's not-
knee.
He's throwing the knees, but there's not too much jam on him.
I think as he gets more comfortable,
Big finish to the second round there. Jolivette much more active in that round.
definitely. And as he gets more comfortable, you're going to see a lot more power and a lot more setup to his punches.
There we see that spinning kick. Ooh, he did catch him a little bit with that.
Yeah, you got to be careful.
That's the second time we've seen him throw that, so I think anything he misses on it's going to be followed up by that. See if Jolivette might set him up with something there.
Good opportunity for Derek to land that longer knee as he's coming in. He's a little bit crowded on his knee. It'd be nice to see as he's throwing those punches to step in with that long knee, sort of like Ethan was doing at the end of that 5th round. it'll set up a good position to step into clinch.
Yeah, we didn't see much for the long knees.
No.
We'll see if we
Especially this whole
comes
round
into
now,
play.
There, go, go, go. Oh, hey.
Nice leg kick by Marenah. Nice move by Derek to get out of the way into clinch.
Marenah's definitely stepping up his pace here this round. And a little bit struggling in the clinch still. Yeah.
2. Over and out, over and out. Jab over, jab over, jab over, jab over.
The second time we've seen both guys lose their balance
Rock that over.
off the tee.
Make the leg. Over and out.
Jolivette moving around, trying to find some angles by the looks of things.
Nice leg kick, step back.
Drop him, spin to the corner. On the ropes. Spin him onto the ropes. Get him in the corner.
Good
Spin.
clinch work.
The pressure, right inside. Just outside his ring. Dump him.
He hasn't quite found the home for that teep yet. He's landing a bit high, and it's allowing Derek to catch that and sort of kind of counter off that.
I've seen a lot of fighters backing up in a straight line tonight when they're being chased
More,
a
more
lot.
like that, Derek. Not one.
It's an uncomfortable thing to get used to. Once you sort of get it, it's good, but it's really counterintuitive.
Back to the leg. Back to the leg. Back to the leg.
Jumping knee by Derek. Slight knee to the head.
Both fighters very active with their hands in the clinch, trying to look for an advantage. Hopefully Lyle Cheney letting them compete in the clinch, which is nice to see. Oh, Jolivette looking for the head. Oh, that's almost over the top
switch.
rope. Last 10 seconds of our third round.
Hey, come on, set it up for real. Keep going.
I'd probably say that was another round for Derek.
Yeah, nice third round there. I think Jolivette Presley did see Marenah pick it up a little bit, so we'll see. I'm not sure, like I said, where his background is in terms of training. Maybe he's very Thai style and trying to ramp it up. I'm not sure if that's the case, but he definitely picked it up a little bit that round, but not quite enough.
He just has to find himself a better position in the clinch, because right now he doesn't have any shield. Like, so when we say shield, like, there's nothing blocking Derek from coming in and moving around. He has nothing up against Derek's shoulders. You see what I mean? How Derek's just cross-facing him and having his way. Yeah, he had a twist and he timed that very nicely, but generally speaking, Derek is having his way in his clinch.
You're saying they're really kind of getting, Derek's in there with his hands and they're almost, Derek's got his shoulders in, but Kebba is not getting his shoulder in like anywhere.
No. Oh. Nice little Hail Mary there. And that's what's a really important clinch. Putting up those kind of barriers to allow your opponent to really get any leverage on you. And that's a lot of times where you see the forearm across the chest and the back of the head. That's what's going to stop your opponent from really having a lot of leverage on you. Nice leg kick by Derek. To a back teep.
No answer from Marenah.
No.
Kick, there's a quick side kick answer.
7. Got straight in. 7 to move in, right? There you go. Nice answer. Good answer. Pressure. Away.
Oh, nice looping left.
That's a problem when you back up in a stern, especially with your legs down.
Well, there's been a number of times I've seen Jolivette go back with his hands down as well.
Yeah, I was going to comment on that earlier, but he was getting away nicely. I didn't think he was going to get caught, but got to be careful.
You definitely got tagged a little bit on that one.
1, 3, 4.
And it's needless too. That someone of his caliber should have his hands up. This is a good range for Derek. He's doing well. He's established the clinch, but he's doing well right here.
Maria's looking for some desperation moves there. He's breathing really heavy.
Yep.
Still coming forward, but
Ghost elbow. Ghost elbow. He's tired, Derek. You're way ahead of him.
yeah, Marena's looking very tired.
Yeah.
Not doing much of anything. Jolivette just missing with the jumping teep.
This is where Derek doesn't have to do anything too fancy. He just has to grind it out. Play his game. Play where he's winning because he has the rounds.
Yeah, he definitely has this one in the bag.
Yeah. So there's no need to do anything too flashy. where Marenah can do some sort of kind of trickery, like an overhand something, and just sort of turn the tide of the fight. Just needs to grind out the rest of this round and the rest of this fight.
And as we saw, Marenah's not afraid to throw some spinning crazy desperation stuff.
And that's just it.
You don't want to get caught on that in the 5th round when you're up by as much as Derek Jolivette is.
Exactly.
Going to the last round, this men's full Muay Thai rules international prestige bout, 5 rounds and 2 minutes. Take a quick look at our replay here. Marenah jumping in. This is right at the start of the round, a little bit of a desperation. She said a Hail Mary move, and there's the shot where he took one on the chin there. Looked like it wobbled him a little bit, but not too bad. Could have been worse, that's for sure.
Marenah's feet weren't planted, so when your feet aren't planted, it's really hard to get power.
All arms.
You're just hitting them with the weight of the arm. Not that it can't do damage, but at the same time, you're not going to have the same effect as if you were really sinking into that.
I'm sure we'll see some desperation out of Marenah here. He's breathing pretty heavy that last round, so I'm not sure how much is left of the tank, but he needs to put an end to this fight here in the 5th round, I think, if he wants to pick up the win.
Out of point, Derek.
Couple of knee exchanges.
Sweep the leg. Good, Derek. Away.
Nice kick.
Low then high, low then high. Be low then high. Yes.
Nice left kick by Derek.
Very good, Derek.
Chain breaks him up. There's a nice bread and butter jab to a kick.
Back this one, man. Come on. Go with the flow, Derek. Let's go. Keep going. Keep going, Derek. Doing good, man. 1-3, Derek. 1-3-4. 1-3.
Marenah doesn't have any bounce in his legs left. He's
No.
flat-footed. He's got no bend in his knees.
Don't be scared to throw it.
He's crossing his feet a lot, so if you're watching the way he walks,
Yes, yeah.
Leg.
he's really not setting himself up. Derek's moving around a lot, and with his crisscrossing of the feet, it's really going to put him at a disadvantage to sort of counter anything. Nice switch off to the side by Derek.
Focus, Derek.
Cross from the outside.
Keep going, Derek. Keep going. More pressure, Derek. Oh, hey. Roast elbow.
Again, at this point, Derek just needs to just play his game.
Last 30 seconds here, just kind of keep a little bit of pressure on it and coast to the finish.
Get that leg, Derek. Yeah. Yeah. Keep it up.
Kebba Marenah looks very frustrated. He doesn't seem to have much of anything. No answer back for most of the strikes from Jolivette.
And it could, like you said, or mentioned earlier, it could be a conditioning thing. It's the worst thing in the world when all of a sudden you're just tired and you're seeing it, but you just can't react.
Yeah.
It's very frustrating.
He's looked tired since halfway through the 2nd round, in my opinion. So. Well, I think Derek Jolivette picked that one up. I'd be surprised if we see anything different. But
Yeah, I would
it was
say so as well.
Pretty convincing win there. Marenah's coach does not look very pleased with his athlete's effort. So, be a long flight home tomorrow. That bout brought to you by Stenia Health and High Performance, Global Steel, RJ Fight Gear, The Shooting Edge, PS Graphics, United Communities, Coldwell Banker Commercial, and Teams Managed Muay Thai. 5-round fight here wrapping up between Derek Jolivette, CMTC Canadian champion at 165 pounds, taking on Kebba Marenah from Elite Muay Thai in Florida. So Marenah, 12-0 record. I suspect he's going to pick up his first loss here tonight. We'll next move on to our main event, which is a women's professional full Muay Thai rules match. 5 rounds, 3 minutes, 2-minute rest period between rounds, overseen by the Calgary Combative Sports Commission, between Toronto's Tiffany Cass out of Crudar, taking on Jessica Thumper Gladstone out of Teams Managed Muay Thai here. Gladstone with a bigger record, 21 wins, 13 losses, 3 draws, taking on Cass with 11 wins, 10 losses, and a draw. Gladstone has been out of the ring here for a little while. I'm not sure exactly the time, but I'm thinking almost close to a couple of years, so it'll be interesting to see her come back. She's always fit and ready to go, so I'm not worried about her running out of gas, that's for sure.
No, and she hits very, very hard. It's surprising for someone of that stature how hard she actually hits.
Stature and pleasant personality.
Yeah, she's
He's very
always.
shy and quiet.
Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for both fighters in this prestige match tonight. The trophies and the bout, again, brought to you by Stenia Health and High Performance, Global Steel, RJ Fight Gear, The Shooting Edge, PS Graphics, United Communities, Coldwell Banker Commercial, and Team Smandich Muay Thai. And we have a winner by unanimous decision. In the red corner, Derek Jolivette.
Jolivette picking up the unanimous decision victory, and in Kebba Marenah his first loss.